there's a whole load of learning that's happening, you know, by design, but you're also doing all of this reading and connecting to these thinkers and people. When does it come around where you literally say, do you know what, I'm going to put something together, I'm going to start some kind of, you know, movement based around this strong feeling, this what I've got? How does that come around?
Well, the first thing I did was I sought counselling. So that was to get over all of the situations that I'd been in. I just knew it was going to help, and I dedicated myself to that. It was probably the most dedicated I've ever been in my life. I remember finishing work at 6 o'clock at night. It'd be dark. I didn't have a car, so I'd have to walk from the yard to go to the counselling. I'd have to sit in McDonald's for like 3 hours and wait for it.
Wow.
So I was so dedicated to changing it.
Yeah.
I just knew that this is what I had to do.
So can I ask a question quickly, Connor? So when you went to counselling, had you already started reading a bit? Were you sort of kind of starting to become aware of there's more consciousness, there's more connection? And when you had your first counselling session, because I know people have had counselling. I mean, I've had counselling. Some people, it's a bit of a paradox, because some people who have had it, who have, let's say, become a little bit more book smart, maybe read some self-help stuff, some philosophical stuff, kind of along the lines of, I've got this worked out a bit, find themselves paying £50, £60 for an hour to sit with somebody and feel like, well, you know, you haven't told me anything I don't know. My feeling on that is always, it's not about what you know and what they know. It's the process of talking. On the last podcast with Ray Elliott, he said the same, you know, to communicate and kind of the consistency of that, building a relationship and exchanging. So how did you feel on that first session? Were you just relieved to get there, or how was it?
Oh, it was a beautiful feeling. And acceptance is a very powerful thing. It's accepting that I needed the counselling. So when I finally got there and began to open up, oh God, it just opened up. It's like just fell down the rabbit hole, if you like. And then I would just come out with it all. And it was amazing to start talking. It was the best. And I think I had 10 solid weeks of this. And when the 10 weeks were finished, I felt completely brand new.
And you were back to back. Is that once a week, every week?
Yeah, I think it was twice a week, actually. I was doing it on a Tuesday and a Thursday.
Wow.
But like I say, I would sit in the dark and the rain, and I would sit and wait, and I was dedicated to it. But I think that was as well, that was another powerful reason why at the end of the 10 weeks,
100%.
It added to why I was feeling good, because I was so dedicated to doing it, and I'd finished it.
I believe that tremendously, you know, and I use that. I try and inform, you know, when I've got young people in my life, whether it be through work, my children, you know, I always try and stress that whether we're going for a hike to get to a beautiful camping spot, oh, you know, Daddy, my legs are, you know, we're nearly there. Like, nothing worthwhile is easy.
Exactly.
Nothing. And you sitting there in the rain and just believing and trusting that, no, that I've got to do this. And yeah, it's a grind. I mean, it's the same with exercise.
Yep.
You know, you do 20 press-ups, the last 5 are fucking murder. Yeah. And you could just stop at 15 because I've done 15.
Yeah.
But you do those last 5, that's where the money is. Yeah. That's where the learning is. That's where the character is. That's where the growth is. So I'm absolutely harmonising with you there. I love to hear that, because it's in those moments when the voice is, you know, the most difficult thing, or the thing you know you need to do. Yep. That's the thing you've got to do.
That's it. Yeah, yeah.
And then the reward will come, and it will come, I don't know, it might come down the line in 2 months or in 6 weeks, or in the form of something where things just open up for you a bit. Because we can see it clear as day when it's shit. When you're negative, you're like, fucking this has happened, then my car tyre went down, then my boss fucking other shit, you know, and then there's all these, and you can see it clear as day, everything's shit. And like you said, you verbalise it, and now you're verbalising it all the time, and now you're becoming it. Oh God, Connor's here again, fucking hell, here we go. You know, but you can do that the other way around. Yeah. And you can manifest positivity.
Absolutely.
But it takes a bit of elbow grease. It takes a bit of looking at yourself square on, and then saying, okay, right, do what I need done. Right, I'll sit here, it's raining. Right, do I need to sit here for 2 hours? I mean, I was here on Tuesday. You know, I'll be back next Tuesday. I feel all right. No, fucking sit it out.
Absolutely.
Reward comes.
And this is why I wanted to start with, I had to get rid of all of that negativity out of my life first, because I didn't give myself anything to go back to. When I was sat in the rain in the dark, I'd already got rid of all my friends. I'd blocked them all on Facebook, so there was no going back for me. this was the only option now, was to progress. And so, I mean, there's a famous saying that I absolutely love is, if you want to invade an island, put the soldiers on the beach and burn the boats, because now they've got to. There's no way out now. And that was exactly how I felt. So I had no other option than to get to the end of those 10 weeks, got there, and it was the most beautiful feeling. It was almost like my mind was just freed up now of the negative thoughts.
Defragging your hard drive.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I was able now to make space for some positive change in my life. And from that point, obviously, it's a slow process. It's so slow. And at the time, you just feel like, am I actually getting anywhere? But the more you just keep working at it, every single day, you just wake up and go at it. Just go at the day. Get through the day, and then on to the next one.